Yes, people, you know what time it is. Yeah, I'm not Mo. I don't mute myself. D-Day today, as Monts famously said.
It is D-Day today.
You know what I'm saying? Man United versus Arsenal, not the other way around. We're going to play them. That's the way it goes. And we got a rival show on the rise, but a couple little dropouts here and there. The ones that are bottling it because their team goes to Anfield and can't even get a win against Liverpool out of all teams. What's going on here? You know what I'm saying? But before I do that, make sure you smash the like button, and I'm going to run the intro and we'll be back in a sec with the panel. Yeah, and just like that, we are back. And big up everyone in here. As I said, make sure you like the video. It's right there in the top right. Little widget just for you guys. And of course, make sure you subscribe. Like the damn video. We're on 27 likes and count. Oh, damn, 27 likes. All right, cool. We're on 27 likes. You lot are doing all right. All right, you lot. Okay. But I'm going to get the panel in straight away. We're going to be joined by Ty and Guna Souls in a sec. Because if you kind of guess, Lewis is too busy snoozing. And, Kunle is just afraid. And I don't blame him, but I'm going to get all my guests in right now. They're all here. As you can see, Mr. Huey's here from Mr. Big Six as well. The 1894. We got man like, what's it called? Monts, as per usual. You know what I'm saying? And what can you do? Monts, Liverpool, mudded. Cody Gakpo has even made his debut yet. Questions. And then obviously the lovely Sean, man, as always, with his absolute fantastic laugh. Shame that he supports such a rubbish club. But it might get better soon. Who knows? But how are we boys doing?
Good, mate.
Shit.
Yeah?
Shit.
Yeah?
This club has me taking the nights.
I'm all right.
That's what we like to hear, man. Monts, since you're going to be the most vocal right now, talk to me about Liverpool, man. Yesterday you got creamed by an absolute toothless Chelsea, and they should have won that game. You got creamed. You got creamed. You got creamed. Bro, you was at Anfield. You got creamed, bro. You got outplayed by Chelsea at your own gaff.
The man said outplayed. They were literally marginally better. Both teams were shit. The quality of football on display was awful. It was awful. Yeah, they created a few chances in the first half. Chelsea were marginally better. I'd say in the second half, Liverpool, we pinned them in. We were much better than them, but we had nothing up front, just like Chelsea, nothing up front. All back, no breast. Both teams, all back, no breast this time. That's what it was, man. Mudryk, come on. He done well. He looked electric. Everyone knows he's quick, but let's be honest, you got a bag of wingers in the Prem that are quick and nippy and have got decent feet. I'm not going to lie. The two chances he missed, the two chances he missed. Wait, again, Kaz, you employ Weghorst shit.
Hey, bro, imagine this. He'd probably, what's mad? What's the maddest thing though, Munch, yeah?
Please stop.
He'd probably be at this moment of time, yeah? Hey, yo. Oh my God.
Don't lose this game, Kaz.
Anyways. Hey, Monts, how about Weghorst would start for you right now? Tell me I'm lying.
Weghorst shit.
What do you mean? He will start for your club right now. Okay, let me ask you then, Hugh. Would Weghorst? Let me ask.
Nunes come off the bench. He's fit now. So maybe
man said tropical Andy Carroll. Like, I'm not trying to hear it. Let me ask you a question then, once. Would Weghorst start for Liverpool currently right now at this current moment of time?
No.
Nah, I can't back you on that one. I'd still stick with Gakpo.
I can't believe I'm actually hearing that. Gakpo's not even doing anything up front. He's dropping 2.8 on sofa scores.
Just because I took your fucking chains in Gakpo, you're still doing that Gak shit. You employ Weghorst shit. Please. Anywho,
so you want to come for second strikers anyways down on loan. Let's talk about your team then.
Let me get back to the game. As I said, Mudryk, yeah, he looked good, but let's be honest, he was going up against a 37-year-old James Milner. So before everyone starts screaming over the brother, pause, just allow it, and we'll allow it for today. I just think that it was nice for them. You see, Chelsea, their attackers are fucking shit. So whenever they see something half decent, they're gonna upscale it to the utmost. They're gonna act like a man's Ronaldo, the prime Ronaldo or some shit. So for me, it was good to see someone in a Chelsea shirt actually look imposing and dangerous. But the two misses for me, the two chances that he actually had, he should have scored them, in my opinion. I think on Nunes' debut, because let's be honest, Mudryk cost more than Nunes, by the way.
No, he didn't.
And when he cost more than
100
Nunes,
million
by
euros
the way,
each.
right. He cost more than Nunes, by the way. Yeah, I'll say it one more time, or the same amount, whatever you want to call it. And Donny missed 2 sitters. Now, I ain't no fan of Nunes, but if that was Nunes who missed those sitters, I'm pretty sure, you know, a little word would have been said. But because Chelsea is shit and they ain't seen a decent striker, a decent attacker since Diego Costa or Eden Hazard, like them man they're gonna bypass that and be like, oh my gosh, he can dribble, he can beat a player. You beat a 37-year-old James Milner. Relax yourself. Honestly, just
Bro,
relax.
he had Trent on toast as well at times. He was frightening your whole defense.
He
even
done,
with Trent in there.
done 4 of them, by the way,
is that-
Hugh. But we were
Wait,
going to forget about that.
achievement? Hugh, is that achievement?
I mean,
Well, what I'm saying is, listen, with Mudryk versus Nunes, Mudryk has played fuck all football for the best part of a year. Nunes has been missing chances. Nunes has been doing this all season. That's why I'm willing to give Mudryk a
by
bit
the
of
way,
leeway. You know what I'm saying?
But people were getting onto Nunes from the pre-season when he missed in training.
everyone in the chat, you need to throw some salt emojis at Monts, if you don't mind. Thank you very much. I want to see some salt
Violins,
emojis.
man. Get the violins
The
out.
violins too.
When you're costing 80 plus M's and that, the bar, the corn bar needs to be the same. Needs to be the same. Just saying. Look at the corner Anthony gets. It needs to be the same. I need to see. If I see he's doing worse than Anthony, or you know what I'm saying, any of them, man.
Well, they are like same age in that, but you know, I was just gonna.
We spoke as.
There's about 100 guys in there already, man. Make sure you smash the like button. Like, literally take 2 seconds of your time to even check these lads out as well. Link is in the descriptions. All their channels right there. Mr. 1894 Spurs Talk Show, Big Six Bants, and a couple others will be arriving very soon as well in the next 5 minutes or so. So yeah, man. I'm seeing a lot of violins and salt emoji. What's going on here, man? Say people are coming for you, boy. Hey, you know what I'm saying? But
is it time, boy? Is it time though to have a conversation about the Eredivisie and their ability to generate incredible sums for absolute dross?
Well,
Anthony hasn't delivered, has he?
Bergwijn.
Cody Gakpo, as you call him, Bergwijn, Ziyech for Chelsea,
Van de Beek.
The list goes on and on and on of significant.
You do get some gems though. You get some. You might get the odd gem, not many. But I agree with you. I'm not going to be salty about that. It's true. It is very true.
They take longer
I don't know how they generate the money that they do for the players that perform, and yet no one's learnt their lesson.
Doing
it in Holland is not the same as doing it. Okay, yeah.
Oh, we can say the
couple. There's a couple.
He had a season at Newcastle, to be fair.
Yeah, but you can say the Jongs, you can say De Ligt, you can say this, that, and the other. There's a couple. Van Dijk come from there to Celtic. Do you get what I mean? And all that stuff. So there's the odd ones, but not the influx that Sean was talking about, obviously. But you know what? What I want to know though, before I go through some of the comments, because I do big up the comments, it's the way I do things. Yeah, Sean. What's the blame today then from Monts? Is it Pep Linders? Is it Jurgen Klopp? Or is it FSG? Even though that Weghorst has got the same amount of goals in less games than Cody Gakpo, but yet you want to clear Cody Gakpo. I'm the same with Sean. What's the excuse today from the Liverpool fans? Because I ran a poll.
To be honest, man, I'm not even paying attention to Liverpool. Like my timeline on Twitter is just full of salty Tottenham fans because we're going through our own little turmoil. Although in comparison, 5th and struggling versus, what are you, 9th at the moment, Monts? 8th, 9th? Where are you?
We are. If we win our game in hand, we're 1 point behind you. Sure. So we're
not playing that game.
Me and you is not as big as you think.
Hey, yo, and guess what? Hey, Sean, and guess what? Guess who you got? You got Huey real soon. And now you know what that means?
It is D-Day today.
See the gap between me and you, Sean.
D-Day today.
You
have Man City.
Yeah, but we got Fulham tomorrow, right? And we played them 30 odd times. We beat.
Bro, don't be giving Sean smoke. We haven't even scored in that stadium. We've never scored in the stadium.
What, the toilet bowl?
At Tottenham.
We've never scored a goal there.
We're going to Fulham, and I know it's like Fulham are a good team this season, but we played them like 16 times at away. We've won 10, they've won 4 at their own ground. So it's a ground that we usually do okay in. And if we do that, if Man United and Arsenal draw today, we start to get a 2-point lead over everybody else.
You got Man City. Like, what are you on about?
We'll deal with that.
No,
next week.
Sean,
right now, we got the chance
we'll deal with that.
Establish a bit of a.
Hold on, you're going to the cottage. You're heading to the cottage today. Yeah, I add that to the fucking soundboard.
Tottenham, you just got to realise.
We've beaten
average,
Fulham
that is a
twice as many
compliment.
times as they've beaten us at their own ground. It's a
Before we
steady
talk on
place for
Tottenham,
us.
I ran a poll yesterday, yeah. It's got 118 votes. If Liverpool draw or lose today, what's the excuse is going to be? FSG, Pep Linders, Klopp. I didn't do all of the above. I wanted one thing, Hugh. Can you see that, Hugh?
FSG,
Can
is
you
it?
tell? Can you see that, Hugh?
No, it's unfocused.
Nah, it's unfocused.
All right. Well, FSG is on 38%. Pep Linders is 36%, and then Klopp somehow doesn't get no 26%. How can a manager not get the blame? It's not our fault that he played Milner over Trent. Do you get what I mean? It's not our fault he played Harvey Elliott left wing. You, what's the excuse for you then? What's wrong with Liverpool at the moment?
Me?
No,
I
Mons,
mean,
Mons. I asked you. I asked the Man City fan.
Sorry.
You know
Bro,
what I mean?
when I say I don't know and I don't care, I mean that wholeheartedly. I have no fucking idea.
Same.
It's refreshing to not give a shit about Klopp and Liverpool for a couple of months. You know when people put up on Instagram, 2023 is the year I focus on myself. This is the year I focus on myself. We focus on ourselves at the minute at City. I don't care about Klopp and Liverpool. I don't know what he's doing. I'm looking at their team sheets and I'm seeing 37-year-olds starting and the midfield's all over the place. I'm seeing strikers not scoring. I don't know and I don't care. You tell me.
I'll give you my. I'm gonna go through some of the comments first. I didn't do it at the start. I just wanted to get the show up and rolling and everything. So yeah, man. Let me go through a couple of the comments quickly. Just big them up. Just quick ones, obviously. Big up Bailey. Big up Tway in the building. Never seen that name before. He says Liverpool are always in the title. You know, it's raw jokes. What? Yeah, I agree too. Yeah. Daniel says it's D-Day today, and I think Man City will be back on fire today. Pep unleashed the fire, so we'll see if that happens. I mean, you are playing Wolves at home. I expect nothing more than less than a 3-0 win there. Ollie Magic says United. Big up J-Man, big up Solo, Alvin Bell, RJ. I see you all here. Mike Crammond says Monsters in the mud. As per usual, we love to see it, man. Who else is there? Muller in the building says Mudryk had a Pepe debut at Anfield. I remember that one. Fatur in the building says £100 million of Mudryk isn't the same as €100 million of Nunes. Lots of violin emojis and stuff. Obviously Jack Napier is in here. He says Gak no. Then GD says, to be honest, I don't think the result against Chelsea was terrible. Even at our best, we normally draw against them, man. So Monts, man, let's go directly to the source, yeah, because we hear different excuses every week, and you're quite consistent, to be fair. I'll give it to you, innit? What is actually wrong? Like out of all three of those options, where do you point the finger?
Do you know what? Out of all three problems, when's the last time you guys have heard like Man United fans complain about the Glazers?
Wait, whoa. Why you say fuck me for? You know what I'm saying? I'm asking you the damn question.
Sean Huey, when's the last time you heard anything about the Glazers? It's just a question.
Because you know what it is, Monts? You know what it is, Monts, yeah? You know what it is? My club's getting... Yo. Hey, you think you're good, yeah?
It's a rhetorical
Let
question.
me tell you fact, yeah. My club's getting sold. I don't mind. See your club. Guess what come out yesterday? Before you lot want to do your videos about, you know, the takeover, we getting bought by Dubai, Qatari owners. Apparently, you're only going to sell a minority share. You might be stuck with FSG at this point.
Me, I'm just a messenger.
Hey, but I'm just going to say, Monts, I asked you the question. Don't deflect it back on me.
I'm just a messenger.
I want to know, Monts.
Monts,
I want you. Before we go into Tottenham, as I said, and obviously the Arsenal, Man United, I want to know what is the. Don't think you can play that deflection game on me. I created that. I created that.
In my opinion, I got attacked by a few of my own fans because I said Klopp stunk it out today. And for me, we usually draw against Chelsea anyways, but I generally thought in the second half that game was there to win for Liverpool. But Chelsea bought on Mudryk and co, and we bought on Henderson and Curtis Jones. So, like, you know, when I went back and said, we're shit and Chelsea is shit, but Chelsea is shit with money. So I'm ugly and broke. They're ugly and rich. You see what I'm saying? That's what it is at the moment. And unfortunately, I look at the front three, and I do think actually it was probably the right front three to go for. But I think the combination of the front three was wrong. For you to go and put Harvey Elliott left wing,
I'm listening.
Playing a makeshift Oxlade-Chamberlain right wing, who's actually been our best attacker in the last 3 games. I know in 2023, Oxlade being our best winger is abysmal, but that's where we're at right now. if you're gonna play someone left wing, it has to be Oxlade-Chamberlain for one.
Mm.
Or if you're gonna go with that combination, for me, it has to be Harvey right wing, where he played really well against Wolves. Salah up top, and then Gakpo left wing in his natural position. Gakpo clearly looks like he's lacking the aggression in the to suit the Premier League right now. So play him out wide. Even when he was up top, he kept drifting out wide, like similar to what Origi does. He'll play up top and then he'll drift wide. So there isn't too much of a focal point. So for me, all you had to do was change the front three and put Harvey in his natural position, and put Gakpo in his natural position. And Salah is the one who actually is capable of playing up front.
So we're seeing like a Mane transition right now. He needs to be going on the
no,
front.
just for that because Nunes is back now, so this doesn't really matter in hindsight. But I'm saying, for this game and the situation for the front three he had at his disposal, he was just play Salah up top. I think I didn't have any issues with the midfield. For me, I think Bahitic, he earned or Majestic as Goody likes to call him, he earned his start. Didn't have the greatest of games. I think he was alright, but he earned his start. I think Naby was fine. I think Thiago was fine. It's just that front three for me. We were toothless up top, similar to Chelsea. We had nothing up top. Like, I think we could have played for another 90 minutes. Neither team would have, no team would have scored. And that's the bottom line.
Damn, man.
Monts, tell me about Salah, man. What on earth's happened to this guy? Yesterday, there were some chances he had that 2 years ago Salah berries, but this time it looked like someone was proud of his mother.
Both players that got the golden boot last season have been absolutely fucking shit. Sorry to take it.
Yeah, no, Son's got like 4 goals in he's got like 4 goals. Salah got like 15 goals this season.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, yeah.
But like, they've both been shit. But like, Son's been like super
levels.
stinky.
There's levels.
There's levels to this.
To
answer your question, bro. I think it's just, for me, there was obviously a slight tweak in the system that's not helped, but I still think a portion of that blame is still on Salah to be ruthless. He's always needed 3-4 chances to get 1 or 2. So now that in this newer system, most of those chances probably fall to Darwin, and Salah's probably been reduced to maybe 1 or 2 chances. He's never been a guy to grab 1 chance, 1 goal, 1 chance. Do you know what I mean? He's never been. He's a goal scorer, but he's not a gun man. Does that make sense? He's a goal scorer, but I don't think 1 chance in 1 game he's going to put it away consistently, as I would say. So I think the whole touchline winger thing, since we've gone back to the 4-3-3, I feel like it has isolated Salah a little bit more. But I think, again, Salah needs to be moved more centrally alongside Nunes or whoever's playing up front for us to get the best out of him at this moment. Because this tweak in the system where we're trying to get him to create a bit more, it's just not working. He's not that guy. And I think he needs to pull his socks up as well and become a bit more ruthless anyways. You've seen it
maybe.
But
I'll give you that one, Monts. I'll give you that one because I was just about to run some more jokes. But before anything that is a joke, we're not even on 100 likes, people, and there's 200 man in the building. You know, like it's not even 20 minutes and there's not even 100 likes. Like, I'm thinking like, bro, like you lot must hate me. Have I been mean to you guys recently? I didn't think I'd be mean to you guys. I thought I treat you guys quite well. I just thought you could just do me a favor and just go, beneath your phones, hit the fun button, something that looks a little bit like this, So there it is. So if you don't mind, take literally 5 seconds of your time to even just look on it. Go on more description. Go on the description, press more, and you'll see all these boys' socials, all these lads' channels. It'll all be there. Just go check them out. If you like talk the talk of Sean, you like Hugh talking obviously on Pep Guardiola and City. Monts obviously is weekly rants coming pretty much every few day rants, Even Guna Souls, I'm gonna update it. Obviously, he's filling in for Kunle, so big up him in the building, man. Souls, man, like we're just talking on Liverpool, and we're gonna probably wrap it up on Liverpool a little touch before I come back and annoy them a little bit more. What's your take on Liverpool these days? Like Jurgen stinking quad, like what's got Pep? Pep Linders number 2. Never heard someone get blamed so much in my entire career.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, the Pep Linger thing. I don't know how much I want to read into it. I think we've seen this coming. We know there's a cycle and a pattern after 6-7 seasons. The thing with Klopp is he doesn't have that. He's got too much sentiment, and that was what Arsenal used to have under Wenger a lot. We didn't want to let our players go. We used to re-sign them. It became like a care home, and that's what's kind of happening at Liverpool. It's like he's got his core players who have won him what they've won, like the UCL, the Premier League, the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, and he's like, I can't get rid of him. And that's where the problem is. And it's like when you look at the profiles they did let go, like a Sadio Mane, they haven't been able to replace him for a like for like. I know Darwin Núñez probably does come somewhat close to it, but he's not the same type of player yet. Maybe he develops into a Sadio Mane. We don't know yet. But he needs to be ruthless. He needs to sit there and go, do you know what? Your time's up. Like Fabinho, he needs to be replaced. He needs to sit there and go, we're not renewing. We need to get rid. We need to bring someone else in. And if that does happen, I mean, this is the longest I think he stayed at a single club for, maybe just for an extra season. But it's something which we need to see. And I hate bringing history up because you can change it. I mean, Pep can go win, UCL with City despite not doing it by Munich and change that sort of jinx on his record. But Klopp needs to show it because he's done it at 2 clubs where he's built them to a very high level, but has never been able to rebuild, which is what a lot of people get criticized for, like, their money check managers, etc. But that takes a specialty as well. And I don't think Klopp has got it. He's too attached to these players, and he kind of needs to find it that this is business as much as it's football and as much as it's people and, it's their jobs, etc. He needs to also understand what's good for himself and for Liverpool. And that's a mindset he needs to now create. He's been called an elite, like, mentality monster, etc. But I'm now not seeing it. Let's see. Maybe, when the new ownership comes in, maybe he does develop it. Maybe the FSG are just being stingy and he's just working with what he has. I mean, there's too many answers to answer right now. But to be honest with you, I just don't think those players are up for it. I think something mentally has gotten to them. Were they overperforming? That's what I want to know now. Is it a fact Klopp got way too much out of them, that to the point where, similar to what Man City are kind of going through in the Premier League, it's hard to motivate players who have probably won it all and don't feel they're getting backed enough to go and do it again.
All right, let's get one thing straight, yeah. Liverpool might have won it all over periods, but you can't compare them to City, man. They're winning consistently, like they.
That's what I'm saying. But when you've won it all, it's hard.
Levels to this.
No, I know. It's maybe a false comparison. I'll hold my hands up to that. But
I don't apologize. We don't need no apologies in this.
No. What I'm saying is, like, when a team has won it all, and like, you've got to understand, Liverpool went for all 4 last season and still couldn't do it. And then what did the club go and do? Not back it. They bought one player in for 90 million rather than going there and going, shit, we need more than this. So it takes a lot. I'd say it, like, if I was in a company that was high performing, we just had a record breaking year, let's say, for example, and then the next year you go and fire people, you're going to sit there and go, what the fuck's going on?
You know what, Souls, yeah? How dare you? How dare you?
Preach,
this is what I was saying. This is what you did. Have you ever watched Digimon? If you know when a Digimon evolves, you're giving that to Monts right now. He's evolving right now. Like, you just gave him an absolute power play. Like, what's going on?
Let him know. What know it's D-Day today? You go to the Emirates today. Don't let them forget. Don't forget.
All right, we're going to move.
No. Especially after what De Gea said. I want 7. I want 8.
So for people that don't understand, yeah, I'm gonna read the De Gea quote out nicely for you boys, and it was absolutely disrespectful to all Arsenal fans, and I absolutely love it. So give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna actually bring it up in pause. There we go. So De Gea said, "We're talking about one of the best managers in history, Sir Alex, and the guy from Arsenal. It's different eras, different football. Football's changed a bit, but let's see. How can you call Arsene Wenger the guy from Arsenal?"
He's gonna hold it, man. You know what? He's just signed off your loss today, man. He's gonna hold that.
Hey, you really want to get? You want to dig deep? We're gonna dig deep into that later in the stream, innit? But we're gonna talk on Tottenham and obviously Man City a little bit more. But first of all, Tottenham and the 27 fans that showed up to the protest at the training ground. Sean wasn't one of them, obviously, because he's not really one of those type of weirdos. But Sean, man, your club stinks at the moment. Can barely get anything. How do you drop a 2-0 lead? I suppose it is Man City, but 2-0 lead. I want to know about your emotions, like during that game at halftime when you just saw 2-1, 2-2, and then in what was it, Hugh? 15 minutes in total, 3-2.
Yeah, it went from 0-0. If you take away the halftime, like over 2 halves, in 22 minutes, it went from 0-0 to 2-0 to Tottenham to 3-2 to City, and then they got the 4th in the 88th minute. Mate, I've been clipped. I was on the Irish Hotspur doing a watch along, and I've been clipped like I don't know how many different times for my. I was off the. People might have thought I'd taken drugs that night. The amount of emotional volatility in my reactions. I was banging things. I've cracked my desk here from smacking it too hard. Like it's just an absolute nightmare. Like it's just great. Like I never feel confident with Tottenham. You go 2-0 up against Man City or against any team. It doesn't matter who you're playing against with Tottenham right now. And I always think that we're just a couple of seconds away from our defense crumbling. But I'm someone that wants to allocate blame everywhere. There's a lot of people in the Tottenham fan base that just think that if you give blame to certain areas and don't aim it towards the top, towards the owners, then you're diluting that message. And I just think that's a disingenuous approach. I think that everyone deserves a slice of like a pizza pie of blame. Everyone deserves a slice. Some slices are bigger than others. But to me, I think like Conte's insistence on playing Sonny, I said it on your show. I think it was on your show last week. The only way we've got a chance in the game, in my opinion, is if you make brave decisions. You have to drop Hugo Lloris. You have to drop Sonny. You have to change things up, be a little bit less predictable. He is the most predictable manager. He's stubborn to the point of, for me, frustration. It's infuriating. Playing a 3-4-3, keeping Hugo Lloris in goal. Look, on the night, most of the mistakes that were happened were down our left-hand side. Ivan Perisic, who has been one of our, I guess, more positive players, more positive signings in the summer. Offensively, I think he's been involved in like 8 assists over the season, which is not bad for a left wing back. But defensively, he's too old. He's too slow. He gets turned inside and out. And when you have Clement Longley or Ben Davies next to him, then when you've got a good attacking side who can dribble the ball at pace, he got torn and twisted inside and out. But Hugo Lloris was just as equally responsible for flapping on the first. On the third one, he got beaten on his near post. He shouldn't be in the team. I'm not saying that Fraser Foster is like going to inspire many Tottenham fans as a world-class goalie, but you have to, in my opinion, you have to, in life and certainly in sport, you have to operate to a level of meritocracy. Otherwise, it becomes disrespectful to other players. Like when Brian Hill's come into the team when needs must, he's done a really good job in the last couple of months. And I think that he's been disrespected. Richarlison on the back of a decent World Cup. They can't get a start in the team ahead of Heung-min Son, who, you're right, Monts, I was wrong to compare the two, Salah to Sonny, because there are levels. Sonny has been absolutely awful. If you were sleeping under a rock for the last 10 years and just pop your head up this season and looked at Heung-min Son as a player just this season, he'd be like a £5 million player. Everyone would be laughing at him. But because he's living off of his history, and he's a fantastic player, I'd love to see him get back.
Do you think?
It's a long purple patch.
Sure,
yeah, I do. I do. I was one of the first Tottenham fans to say that bringing Perisic into the team has completely disrupted Sonny's position, because he's always had someone who gets the ball deep and runs at players. But then when Perisic came in, Perisic invades that space. Even Ben Davies now makes these sort of weird little runs into the box, and it just invades Sonny's space. However, when Sonny gets the ball now, he does one of two things, and it's mind-numbingly repetitive. If he's outside of 22 yards, he'll dribble the ball, and he hasn't got that turn of pace anymore. He just runs into trouble and he gets dispossessed 8 times out of 10. Or if he's inside 20 yards, he takes a shot, like a little touch to the right, and then shoots. And every one of them is a block shot. It's pathetic.
Do you know what it is about his purple patch, though? It's even what I've noticed is that whenever Son used to go in front of goal, I'd actually used to ask, this is a goal. Like, I wouldn't even think he's missing that from certain, even if he's off balance, right foot, left foot. Do you know what I'm saying? But now, because let's not act like he hasn't had chances to score. Like, he's never getting in goals.
No, his confidence is rattled.
Yeah,
and
like,
becomes super selfish.
He's not even, his bread and butter is no longer his bread and butter. And even when he scored, when he got the goal the other day, I saw him drop a shoulder, bust a step over, beat 2 players, he got fouled, and you saw the confidence come back, but then it's kind of just dropped off again.
Well, even against Palace, right? He got an assist against Palace, but it was a deflected pass that shouldn't have gone where it did. He was aiming to go across the box, and it ended up hitting someone's foot. And the shot was deflected as well, right? So even the kind of the positive stats that he got against Palace were kind of not really his. And to me, the getting off of Son, what annoys me about people that just will not in any way criticize Conte because they've got other ambitions, other agendas that they're trying to push, which is whatever it is, what it is. But to me, Antonio Conte, like, should recognize that not only is he not playing well, but the one time this season that he's done anything was in a 30-minute period against Leicester when he came off the bench. He came off the bench. He had a point to prove. He scored a 27-minute hat trick against Leicester to get us back into the game. Like, it worked. Why haven't we seen it ever since? Like, if he starts against Fulham, then I'm just going to shoot myself in the fucking head. Sorry. Yeah, go on, mate.
Oh, I didn't know. Mine's freezing. Sorry, Cass. I'm a bit out of sync, so I'll just try my best, yeah? You know what? You've got a problem because when you look at Son now, he's 31 or 30 in the summer. And then you had opportunity to potentially cash in like two years ago, you could say, when he was on that high-flying form. Now, Spurs were in that position where you didn't want to cash in because you were thinking he's like your prized asset at the moment with Harry Kane. But then sometimes you look at like Rafael Leao for AC Milan. I was on a pod the other day, I think it was Grizz, and we're talking about should AC Milan cash in on him. And I was saying that they should, because even though Leao's going to get better, AC Milan are going to get worse, which makes his price drop because he isn't going to get any better because the team are dropping. And Spurs are kind of in that catchphrase right now where you're getting worse, Son's actually getting worse. So when you actually do cash out, you're going to miss out on quite a bit of what you need, what you could have got. And also, he's 31, 32 now. I think Spurs, for me, are in a position where I'll be looking at selling Heung-min Son. I can't lie. I like him. Don't worry, I've liked him as a player, But I just think when you've got a player like him now you've got worse. I'm kind of watching his game more. Other than finishing, what did he have? Because he doesn't take on players 1v1. He doesn't dribble at them. He's not he's not that great at running behind this season. He's not getting as much opportunities that way. I just basically look at him as a finisher. That is literally what he is. He's like literally good in front of goal. But when you've got players like Saka who are great at retaining the ball, dropping into pockets, technical link-up play, Son doesn't do none of that. He's literally get him on the end of things and he will score. Now, for me, if you're looking at evolving and changing as a team, I think, you know what, if you cash in and got maybe 45, 50 million for 30, or I don't know how long he's got on his contract.
He's still got 4 years left. And the problem is that he brings in so much money. I think he brings in something like 20 million a season just in shirt sales alone from the 60 million Koreans. That
okay, but and this will say a lot about your board. Do your board care about the club moving forward as the players, or do they care about the money coming in? I'm going to be honest with you.
They care about the money coming in. Of course they do, right? But like, obviously you could factor that into the price you could sell him for. So I think you could probably sell him for like 75, something like that, right? But then if you've also got the idea of Harry Kane probably leaving in the summer, going somewhere else, and maybe you'll get 70 million for that, I'd be all up for this kind of quote unquote factory reset at Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah.
Like kind of start again, get a new project manager in, reduce our expectations as fans, go into something with a 3-4 year Arteta style plan, kind of rebuild. I'd be all on board it if it wasn't for the fact that I think that Daniel Levy and our owners, their inability to negotiate in like a quick, fast and efficient way, I think that they would spoil. I think that even if we could get 150 million quid for those two players, plus whatever else money in the summer, and then let those two go, and then give a new manager or Conte, if he's still around, give him 300 million quid to rebuild the whole thing, I still think our owners would screw it up with their inability to get the job done in the transfer market quickly and stop like pissing around over a couple of million here or there. Because it happens time and time again.
I feel like I could tell you what it is. Let me just tell everyone what the actual problem is, It's Spurs. So on that note, you can talk about your owners, you can talk about this player, it's Spurs, man. They're getting replaced in the top 6. It's Beta's day. You can't keep up. It's Spurs. Yeah.
What, they're dropping out of top 6, Cass?
Oh, well, the official top 6 is going to change, isn't it? And Spurs ain't a part of it. I've been saying it. So
am I no longer welcome on the channel?
No, but this is called rivals. This is called rivals, not virals. This ain't no top 6 show or nothing like that. But I'm just saying they're going to get replaced. Spurs are garbage, and rightfully so. They always have been, and they've had a little purple patch of Pochettino that they got to a Champions League final. Want to glorify it? You don't really see Man City fans glorifying their Champions League final. So I'm just saying, Spurs.
You hate us so much. It's weird, mate.
Because you lot are pretenders. I don't like pretenders, and there's no history either, so there's nothing really to back up on. You know what? There is history, to be fair. I think Spurs are like the 6th most successful team in the whole of England, or 7th, something like that. But it's you lot of shit. But Hugh, man, like Spurs, like what do you make of them? Do you wish you actually got Harry Kane a couple years ago? Should that have been the move? Like, where do you see Spurs in your head, man? Because obviously they're your bogey team. They nearly rightfully so was your bogey team at the Etihad the other day. But clearly, look, they're not in great shape right now. Conte as well. Let's talk about Conte.
Yeah, no, listen, with when Conte came in, I was expecting a massive level up in Spurs because I thought Conte was going to bring that. Regardless of how they're playing, I always say that a Conte team is going to play with at least a lot of fight and character and spirit, and they don't even do that. Like you saw that on Thursday night. But with Harry Kane, I still think if we'd got him, he'd be a multiple-time Premier League winner right now. We may have won the Champions League last year. I think he would have been an absolute success at Manchester City. But do I wish it had turned out differently? No, because I've got a big Norwegian beast up front, and I think he's going to deliver even more goods than Harry Kane when push comes to shove.
Whilst he's there,
I don't know. I think maybe Sean's right. Haaland, oh, he'll stay forever, man. He's never gone. He's never
Oh,
leaving.
he's 100%
fair
leaving.
enough.
Why would you want to stay?
Yeah,
Well, I'm not being
lifetime
funny.
contract.
Like, not like,
They're already negotiating. They're already negotiating a new contract. I don't know. Maybe he'll leave one day. I'm just enjoying him while he's here.
Yeah, exactly.
But with Tottenham, yeah, maybe Sean's right. They need to have a factory reset. When Conte leaves, it's going to be a factory reset because you're going to see the prized assets want to leave. But because Son, like you said, he's on that long-term contract, I can't see Daniel Levy, the way we know he operates, willing to part ways with his biggest commercial assets. It's quite clear with the way Daniel Levy has moved for so long now that the priority is not so much winning trophies. He'd like to win trophies. He says that's what he wants for the club, but it's not. It's commercial assets, NFL, the whole Korean Son thing and whatnot. I can't see him. He'll want Son to be part of that factory reset and that rebuild. Is that what Son wants? I highly doubt it, because we all know, regardless of how bad Son's been this season, he's had a stinker. He's still a quality player. I think he's just in the wrong place right now. He's just in the wrong place with better players. Even at Manchester City, I think he'd be class under Pep. I think he'd be class under Klopp. At Liverpool, there's so many places you could see Son go and absolutely thrive, but he's just in the wrong place. And he's made the same mistake that Harry Kane made amidst that period where he was potentially going to sign for us, which is on a lengthy contract. We couldn't do anything with Tottenham at that period of time because Kane was stuck on that lengthy contract and Levy wasn't willing to budge. So Son is going to be essentially held hostage, in my opinion. I can't see Levy saying, right, let's go back to the very start. Let's scrap the idea of we only want to commercialize and make revenue. Let's think about the football and what's best for the future of the club winning trophies. It literally stems right to the top of the club. And that's where the issue is. I don't see much change, regardless of a factory reset on the pitch, manager-wise, squad-wise. I don't see much change until there's a change of mindset or a complete change of ownership. That's just the way I view Spurs. I don't see them ever challenging. I don't see them ever challenging the top dogs.
Yeah, that's right. Souls, man. You heard it right there. Top dogs. Talking of top dog, Conte, man. Are they ever gonna get like, a Spurs gonna ever get a top dog ever again? Would they get even a Tuchel? Like, who's available at the moment, that they go back to Pochettino, who's out of favour?
You know the truth is, right? Football's all about perception, especially in the transfer market. Now, the perception of Spurs is they're on a downfall, and their players aren't going to be worth what you think they're going to be worth because the market's going to change. It's the same with us. Look at the high that Aubameyang was on. But Barcelona were willing to come in and pay 50, 60 million. We ended up signing a contract due to, like, obviously the situation that happened, the pandemic and everything. The money drew up in football, and then what happened? We were on a decline, and so was Aubameyang. And then what happened? We had to let him go for a free. So I'm not saying Kane and Son will go for free, but that situation can happen where you're thinking in your heads right now, you're going to get 70 million, but because of the decline of Spurs, you'll be lucky to get 50. I'm not saying that will happen, but that's how the market can go. But also, I think the problem is, right, and look, I don't blame Spurs fans because we all do it. We get drawn in the emotions of players, like, for example, with Salah at Liverpool, there'll be players at City that you get drawn up with. Like United and Pogba was a very Marmite situation, but there was a lot of fans that wanted to keep him and said that he'll come good for us for many, many seasons. But the reality was you kind of need to cut your losses when things aren't working out. And if, let's say, for example, Spurs did sell Kane and got 150 million, do you know what they could have done? They could have just gotten Kulusevski, Romero on a permanent rather than this whole loan option to buy. And now it's become, a situation where you may not even get Kulusevski due to the investigations that are going on and all the dodgy dealings that Juventus done. So the thing is, will they get a top dog? I think personally, if I'm being unbiased, it's hard to be because it's Spurs. They shouldn't go for a top dog. They should have gone for like a Graham Potter. They should have gone for someone who can, like a Pochettino. Yeah. I'm going to be honest. When Pochettino laid the foundation for you guys, let's just say he wasn't the guy. Let's say he failed. Let's not say the club failed him, right? Just as a hypothetical scenario. What they then should have done is gone, okay, we've now built a foundation where the modern day manager, like a Luis Enrique, like your Pep Guardiola, your Klopps, can come in and take over. But what they've done is they've gone back to 100 centuries ago, where the football is now no longer relevant, and got Jose Mourinho, gone and got Conte. Now they're in a situation where they have to rebuild. The perfect time to do it was when Poch left, or when Poch got sacked, whatever happened there. That would have been the best time to go get yourself an elite modern manager to take you forward. That's the opportunity missed, and that's why they should be angry. They shouldn't be angry at Jose Mourinho. They shouldn't be angry at Antonio Conte. They should be angry at the board for not making the right decisions when it was right to do so.
This guy's making friends everywhere on the panel, man. What's going on?
But even from a footballing perspective, you go from Pochettino, he was playing brilliant football for them going forward. It was watchable, it was entertaining, and then you go and then get Jose Mourinho, and then you follow up with Conte. Two managers who aren't renowned for playing full free-flowing football. They're not. That's not what their reputation is. It's almost the complete opposite of that. Yes, ruthless winners, but the brand of football is completely different.
But then where do you go from here? That's the main question. It's like who plays that brand of football? How do you keep it cohesive? Who do you go and get? Like, say for example, like Jose Conte, there isn't an elite manager who plays that style of football. If that
no, but we don't want it anymore. I think Tottenham fans are all in.
Do you know what the issue is though? If you get a manager like, because I agree with Monts, if you get a manager like Conte or Mourinho and they're going to succeed, they succeed because they're at teams that are already winning, so they can just come in and implement their football. If you look at teams like Brighton and that already, look at De Zerbi, comes in banging football. The teams that are on the way up or the teams that are kind of trying to break into that cycle like Spurs are, you want a manager that's going to play free-flowing football. The Mourinhos and the Contes that grind it out are there to win only. Spurs are not ready to win yet, so it was the wrong appointment. It's simple. It's 7 hard match.
Yeah, man.
And it's facts.
Yeah, facts.
And so if Tottenham do get rid of Conte, then the next move has to be the final shift back, because Tottenham fans, more than any other fans, expect exciting football. It's part of the, if there is a DNA, that's the bread and butter of Tottenham fans. We don't win very much, but what we do want is expect good football. So if we are going to change and move back away from Conte, the next guy that comes in has to be the start of a continuation of philosophy where, forget the big names if the big names aren't available, but you've got to stick to the philosophy of good football, and then we can tolerate that.
Now your next move has to be a small manager. Unfortunately, I'm going to be real with it. Like, it's got to be like an Eddie Howe type. It's got to be someone that's good but an unknown.
Forget less this season. Would you not take Brendan Rodgers based off like the football he plays and what he can do with the youth?
To build the foundation, yes, they should.
Before Conte came in, before Nuno came in, I was up for Brendan Rodgers. I think Tottenham
went
for it as well, but he wasn't there.
I think you need a reset, and I think Brendan Rodgers needs a fresh start. I think that could match.
Yeah, maybe, or just go get Pochettino back because he's a better manager.
But I think the players, you remember, out of that Poch team, who's still there?
Kane, Son,
that represents that kind of football. How many players?
Davies,
he don't deserve his name, Lloris, no more. That's Hugo Lloris.
Probably like 6 or 7 players that are still in the squad.
Because you see that brand of football, I think it's gone now. It's been too far gone. So I think it's almost a hard.
I think reset. Scott Parker might be a good shout as well, man. I think he plays a great brand of football, man.
He just took a job though. He just took a job last week in
or try and prime Marco Silva.
Marco Silva would be a great shout, I'd say. I think that would be.
It takes the pressure off as well. I think Spurs need to be out of the limelight.
Yeah.
If you bring in a winner, like what Ty said, they're just there to win and they don't care about nothing else. So if the board ain't doing what they want, they're going to throw their toys out the pram. Shit's going to be going left and right. And it becomes toxic from the inside out. And unless you're already winning. I think the Contes and Mourinhos, even though they're there to win, they're not going to take you to the next level and win. The team needs to be winning already. That's what them type of managers are like.
Is that Levy's bought players for a manager that doesn't suit it. He's bought players like Jed Spence and stuff like that suit a Pochettino or a Marco Silva or like a Pep or a Arteta, not a Conte or a Mourinho. So it's like they've all got different visions going on, and it's like, well,
it's oil and water. Just not mixing at the moment, you know.
Yeah, let's move on from Spurs, anyways.
D-Day though. Let's talk about D-Day.
We're gonna be talking about D-Day right now. Let's talk into the big picture and that.
Now the chess comes out. Now there's no friends.
After my loss last night with Eubank, I'm ready to go.
Eubank's got his shit rocked. You got his shit rocked.
I ain't getting compared to him no more after that, man.
Yeah, man. I guys, make sure you smash the like button. I'm not joking. Nearly 200 likes, nearly 156, so 44 off. If you haven't done it at the moment, just it don't take you more than a second. It literally takes you half a second. I mean, you guys can't be that lazy on a Sunday. You know what? It's a Sunday. I don't blame you lot. You know what? My bad.
Subscribers on, man. Nearly 6.5.
Yeah, man. We're nearly on 6.5. I don't even know if it was 6.5, but on the road to 10, innit? Arsenal versus Man United. Yeah. I don't even know who I want to start. Ty, man, you're rubbing your hands, man.
No, Cass. Wait, don't start with us. Let's start with the neutrals.
All right, cool. Let's slap Hugh into the conversation, and because obviously Hugh's supporting us today, aren't you, Hugh?
Mm.
Sounds weird, innit?
You can't be thinking about that.
I let Hugh do his thing. Hugh can speak for himself.
No.
Come
You
on,
don't
you,
just put it
just
yourself
Come on,
like that.
Hugh, don't be
let them
shy
do that.
now.
Don't be shy. You go, man.
All right, listen, let's have it, right? Arsenal should be expecting to win this. You expect Arsenal to win this. You know, no Casemiro, Arsenal being flying form. They've only dropped 2 points in the Emirates this season. But listen, you United fans, you've been telling me for the best part of 2 weeks now, you're back. The eras are over. Manchester's red. Go out and do it then. Go out and show it. Go out and show us why you're the best team in Manchester.
Sorry.
Do us a fucking favor, for God's sake. Show us why you're the big dogs again.
Yeah.
Go to the Emirates and get something off them.
Ago, bro.
I mean, you got Wolves. Are you going to beat Wolves?
Listen, refereeing decisions and whatnot. That's in the past. That's in the past. We'll move on from that. But no, listen, I expect a blockbuster. And obviously, like I said, the favourites are Arsenal, no Casemiro. But if I was Man United, I think I said this on a Never Foul show the other day, I'd be going into that game saying, right, you know what? The pressure's off us then. We have no Casemiro. We're not the favourites, right? We're not expected to win. Go out and play with the shackles off, express yourself, and go for it. Don't sit back and say we're playing against top of the league Arsenal. You would expect Arsenal to control the ball. I would expect Ten Hag and Man United to set up in almost a very similar way to the way you set up against us. You know, that counter-attack, try hit them with pace. There is cracks in that Arsenal team, not big cracks, that I believe United have the quality players to expose. I'm looking at the likes of Rashford up against Ben White. I'm looking at Bruno trying to break through Partey and whatnot, tough task. I'll be interested to see who Ten Hag goes with on the right. I think Anthony would probably be a poor decision. I think I'd fancy Zinchenko to pocket him. But listen, like I said, with United, the shackles are off. As far as I'm concerned, the pressure's not on. Unless you want the pressure on, you want to be the big dogs, go and do it. But they can play. They can play the way they want.
Monts. You know, like the favorite saying came up earlier. You know, it is what it is. It's in the title. You know, it's in the thumbnail. Like, what do you really what do you think might happen today? Because you know what, I know you want Arsenal to not win because you don't want them running away with the title.
I don't.
You know what it's like. You know, you accept reality.
You see me. I can't have the Arsenal. Arsenal fans have been chatting since they were 8, bro.
Come on, run the bars.
They were running their gums from hell. So now that they're at the heaven's gates, what do you, that parade, if they win this league, is going to be greater than Notting Hill Carnival. We will all feel it. I don't care if you're from Manchester. I don't care if you live in Dubai. You will hear that parade. You will hear that parade. I'm telling you. So for the greatness of football, put the hate aside and do what needs to be done today. Ty and Kaz, do not fuck this. Please.
I don't want to fuck Arsenal, but yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I know. See, Hugh. Hugh's humility. He's cool with it. He was calm with it. See me, I'm shameless right now. I will tell you from now. Just do what needs to be done. Do what needs to be done, please, bro.
Ooh.
I can't.
I wish I could send you a red shirt today.
No, relax on this. Relax on this. Just again, it's team day today. Do I think you're not gonna win? Unfortunately, not. I actually don't think you're gonna win. But you know, 8 points and 5 points is a massive difference between 8 and 5. It's a massive difference.
Don't forget, Monts, City could win at 2:00 and put the pressure on Arsenal even more.
I need that. I need City to win. Now you said that, I need City to win. 100%. I want City to lose all the time, but I need you. Now you said that, Ty, I didn't even think of it like that.
Yeah,
I really
losing 5 minutes.
Yeah, I can't lie. For the greater good, I need them to smack up Wolves differently. I need to see 5-0. I need to see another Haaland hat trick. You know what I mean? Like, I need to see them like, shit, are they back? Like, Arsenal fans, like, oh shit, they're coming for us, bro. Like, it's mad. Go on.
Bro, I'll make it even easier for you, man. A draw will do.
Yeah,
a draw will do.
Like, I'll take it tomorrow, bro.
I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? Because what's that? If City win today and Arsenal draws, that 3 points, even though Arsenal have a game in hand.
I think 4 points. Is it 4 points you'll be behind in Hugh?
No, the gap's 5 now with a game in hand for Arsenal.
Is it?
So they'll be on 6. Yeah, it'll be 3 points.
Wait, is
so
it?
It'll be 3 points. Obviously, Arsenal with a game in hand.
If they draw,
if Arsenal pick up a point, then we win.
City have to play Arsenal twice. So twice.
Oh yeah, they
It's
are. It's right. So if
insane.
we
Conte
win,
season, man. It's
if you're right, if we
Conte
win
season.
and City win, then obviously that's 2 points within,
Yeah.
and then
yeah.
and then obviously if they draw, it'll be 3. Yeah, you know what? You right.
But my only thing, I think Ten Hag said it. You beat Arsenal without Casemiro. Do you know what I'm saying?
they still, and this time they ain't got Jesus, but they got Party. So it's kind of like they're missing they're missing kind of a
yeah.
key player. We're missing a bigger key player, I'd say. So yeah,
But
no,
remember,
I
like,
understand
they
that,
got
man.
no bench in it. They have no bench, even though they got Trossard. Fair enough, I think Trossard might be on the bench, but like, bro, they
Smith
don't
Rowe's
have.
back as well, though.
Oh my god.
Thank you,
Smith, no,
Ty.
he's not fit.
Disrespecting
Smith,
my
no, it's Smith, no, not Smith. Rowe.
Even a
Smith, no.
half-fit ESR is good enough.
You know what? Let's move on in it to the guy that's actually their main rival.
Oh, hi there. How you doing?
Yeah, Sean, man. What you saying? Hi there.
I actually thought that was him talking. You know?
I was like, I know that voice.
So Sean, are we all supporting United today? Are we all supporting United today, one way or another? You just don't like
I
it because of
certainly
me.
don't want Arsenal. I'll take a United win, but I'd rather a draw. I can't get on board supporting. Obviously, can't get on board supporting Arsenal to win it, and I can't really get on board United to win it either because you're just annoying with how as soon as you created that gap, Kaz, as soon as you jumped ahead of us, you've just been shameless and just going after me non-stop, and it's
I love it.
Like, yeah, I know you love it, and I just don't love it right now. So I'd rather. I think a draw, a nice, juicy 2-2 draw with a whole bunch of injuries to every team. That'll be something that I'll get on board with that one.
Why are you laughing, Souls?
Bro, you know Arsenal is the cure to world peace.
What?
Oh, you're
Hey,
all
he's
twerking
talking
for
like
each other.
Thanos right now.
Man, how's this happening? Arsenal go top and everyone loves each other. This is mad. This is crazy. You've got City fans twerking for United. You've got Liverpool fans twerking for United. Sean, I let you off because you're Spurs, innit? So you're meant to hate us more than you hate United. You're the only one forgiven. The rest
I
of
hate
you,
United as well.
God.
I really hate United.
Oh my God. Oh my
days.
days. What am I hearing? My ears are bleeding. My ears are legit bleeding. I'm deaf as it is, but they're not going to work after this.
No.
Brother.
Tools, if you saw how everyone banded together to stop Liverpool from winning the league last year, I'm sorry, I'm not having it comes with the territory.
Get your points up and
United were like this. Yeah. They were like this.
Bro, you know what's going to happen? The government's going to make sure Liverpool and Arsenal compete for the title. That's going to end London knife crimes. That's going to end all the violence that's going on in the country. Because they're going to, you know what's going to happen? All the focus is going to be on stop them two. They're going to forget about bantering each other.
What do you mean? Liverpool's already been stopped. They're done. They're washed.
No, but the government's going to
you mean Andrew Tate, bro? You're locked up, bro.
They're going to revive us. They're going to revive us.
Nah, you're Andrew Tate. You're gone. You're gone. You're locked up. You're locked up.
No, think about it, bro. How is
We're trying to get the brother. We're trying to get the third brother. The third brother, the Tate brothers. The third one that isn't locked up. That's what we're going for you. We're going for you, Arsenal. That's the way it has to go, man.
No, but let's be absolutely real, yo. There's no chance United are winning. Let's be absolutely real now. Come on. We had Lokonga. Lokonga's basically a man down. Now we've got Nketiah, who, in my personal opinion, is more of a goal threat than Jesus is. So that's going to change the dynamic of how we played today. And the reality is, from your game, the worst thing you did was beat us. Because that pissed the players off. You
would have been doing Invincibles this season.
No. They've gone to another level of playing. Look at Odegaard since he scored like 6 goals, 7 assists since we played you. Like Saka's scoring goals for fun because you beat us. Martinelli's the only drop off. Jacques has been okay. Partey's escalated his game as well. Ben White's improved his game. Saliba been a bit dodgy, I won't lie, but Gabriel's then improved. Zinchenko's back. I just don't see you guys winning this game. I think this is going to be a schooling. Ten Hag's going to get humbled, and I think this is going to be a realization that maybe you've overperformed in the last few weeks. That's just what I think.
I don't care what you think. But Ty, man, one Arsenal fans what they think. What do you think? What about us? Speak for us. Let's go, man. Actually, you know what? Speak carefully though.
Bro, man, I'm gonna try and put
before you jump in
on right now, man.
Sorry, just real quick. I got to go. Something's happened, guys. I got to jump. I'll see you soon. Okay?
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
Wrap it up in
Hope it all goes well, mate.
5 minutes, anyways.
Yeah. I see Haaland starting, by the way. I see Rico Lewis kept his place. I'm just looking now. Yeah, that City team's on smoke. But yeah.
Laporte left back.
Who's left back?
Yeah.
He's left back.
Do you know what?
Laporte.
Is Laporte left back? Sorry, let me quickly check. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Man, against
yeah.
what? Against
so
Traore?
you know what?
Oh, good luck. Good luck.
I don't know. He's starting. But
Mm.
Cass, now come on. Do you know what? 5 minutes of Man United belief. If we get past that famous cliche saying of 20 minutes, it's gonna go two ways. If Arsenal come out the blocks, yeah, and they pap us 2-0 in the first 20 minutes, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna be shocked.
I'm turning off the TV, bro. I'm turning off the TV. I ain't watching.
Yeah, bro. I want to feel like I'll Chelsea TV, but it wouldn't even surprise me if Arsenal come out the traps and they just hit us like a ton of bricks. Because United, notoriously away from home this year, have been slow started. We saw it at Aston Villa. We saw it at Brentford. We've just seen it many games this year. This is the one game you can't afford to be a slow starter. But if we can get through that first 20 minutes, we can frustrate Arsenal. I'm not saying the template's been set by Newcastle, but think about it. Only 2 weeks ago, Newcastle did get a draw at the Emirates. Now, I don't expect Arsenal to win every game this season. They're going to have games where they draw and they're going to have the games where they lose, but it's not going to be many. I'm hoping today's one of them days. If we defend solid and we can cram that midfield and stop the lines like we did against City in the first half, then we've got a chance of capitalizing on the break. The big worry for me is Zinchenko. Zinchenko coming into the midfield. And
I hope he does. No, but I hope he does, though, Ty. Because
if we play someone with
famous last words.
No. The way I look at it, yeah, you're gonna dominate the midfield anyways. So him coming inside, I don't give a shit. So if he wants to do that, that's fine with me. Because Anthony's more touchline. I don't mind it.
Cass, I'm with you now. I thought about it. Anthony needs to play on the right.
I'm more worried if they play Tierney. Because I'm thinking Tierney will lock up Anthony. He will lock up Anthony.
I know that people are on this Bruno on the right thing, yeah, and I get it. Like, cram the midfield, he works hard and all that. Nah, do you know what? I want Bruno to be effective. I want him to play down the middle, and I'd rather Anthony on the right because he can retain the ball, and if he gets space to run into, then he can be quite effective. And I'd rather see Zinchenko get taken on by him.
Yeah, because Zinchenko don't like that. He don't like people running at him.
Yeah, he don't like that.
It's not his game, really.
If we have Bruno, he's not worried about Bruno running past him and doing all that. I want him to have to think. So we can do that. So I'll be honest with you, like, this is the pressure's on. You know, I like this now with Casemiro out and Partey back for them.
If they lose, if they drop points against no Casemiro,
they drop points against stuff like this. This is a big mental swing for Arsenal. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I know it's only one player, and people say, "Oh, it's only Casemiro," though. But for me, the drop off from Casemiro going down and Partey coming in for them is huge. It's not just, and you'll agree with that, Guna. Souls. It's not just one player coming. These are two massive players. Games are won in the midfield. Games are won through the spine, and this is the controller for us and our dictator, and this is the guy for you lot. We know that you lot missed him at Old Trafford. Yeah. And you know that Casemiro is huge for us. Look at the game against Crystal Palace the other day. 13 possessions won. Like, you're gonna need that today. So McTominay and Fred needs to stick on Odegaard, and we need to just try and get through 30 minutes, Cass. And the thing is, yeah, and everyone will agree, Arteta is a similar profile manager to Pep in this sense of likes keeping the ball and dominating. Man City, despite how great they are, and Hugh will admit this, they always leave you 2 or 3 chances a game just to hit them on the transition. No matter what, they could win 3, 4, 5-0, but teams will still always have 2 or 3 chances that you have to take. Souls, we will have 2 or 3 of them chances today that we have to take. There's no Rashford, hitting it wide and we're like, they are big chances. These men need to be 100%.
But do you know what I want to say though?
Finishing.
That's the big thing, right? So you guys can do that. The problem that we had at Old Trafford was we had something like 40 touches in your box, but only pulled off 10 shots in the entire game. So when I look at,
you lot should have won that game.
No, you deserve to win, because if you're not going to take your chances, you're not going to shoot when the opportunity is there. You don't deserve to win. That's just football for me. I'm on the camp of you deserve that win as much as we may have dominated. You can dominate, play pretty football, but if you're not taking your chances, you're not shooting enough, you're not going to win the game. And that's what I think is now different. Since that game, we've shot a lot more. We've had like 20 to 30 shots per game. We're one of the high scoring teams with the least conceded goals. And that's what makes this game exciting, because it's a bigger test. Like Newcastle did what they did, but they didn't pose any threats. Whereas with you guys are capable
we're like Newcastle at the moment. Let me add to that though. We are like Newcastle defensively at the moment, because I was saying this, yeah. Take the goals that we could see at the start of the season, the City 6, the Brentford 4, and the Brighton 2. You take that all away, we've conceded what? Is it 9 goals, Ty, or 10 goals in the space of all the other games?
11 goals,
One goal in basically 10 goals. You spread out with the 18, 19 games that we played. Mad, isn't it? It sounds mad. So we have got that defense. And I suppose Casemiro is a part of that. But I'm just saying, Monts, jump in. Anyone jump in and feel free. I think the way Man United win today is through the fullbacks. Because I'm sorry, I believe, maybe call me deluded, I believe in AWB right now, Wan-Bissaka, Wan-Biscuit, yeah, to not crumble and
Cass,
have
before you
have up
answer this though,
Martinelli.
Malacia or Shaw left back.
No, sure. So you know what? Because
Okay,
I have
cool.
to have Shaw. I'm not having it. I'm having Shaw. Saka on toast, man. With Shaw, it'll be a very, very good battle.
Yeah, I'm
and
not
if
having
Shaw can
Malacia.
overcome that battle and AWB to Martinelli, don't give me this Nketiah shit. I'm not trying to have, you know, Mr.
Your defense is in trouble.
I'm not having none of that. I'm not having none of that. It's not happening, yeah. The only person I'm really and truly scared of, yeah,
Odegaard.
is Odegaard. And I need Fred, and you know what? I need Fred to just do Ander Herrera versus Eden Hazard. And Odegaard's swifter than Fred. He will just drop the shoulder. But it's like then you got Scott McTominay needs to go like for like with Shaka. You're both bums, really. You're both one-footed
the
bums.
physical
Typically,
thing.
you're just playing out your skin at the moment.
Not this season.
Hey,
Not this season. Come on now. Put some respect to
No,
this
they're
league.
not bums, but in general, they are bums, yeah? They are, bro. They are 1
Oh,
foot.
yeah, generally,
average.
yeah, but
They
this
are,
season,
this
Xhaka's
season
not
they're on
above.
fire because even
Yeah.
McTominay at the start was playing out of his skin, and it's like, bro, like, you're playing good, but you're average, innit? You're like your Darren Fletcher, bro. You're average, but you're playing great right now for Man United. You know what I mean? So it is where it is, and that's what I think could be one. And on a break, Bruno Party, that's gonna be just follow Party, man. It'll be hard, but just do it. And Bruno's got bare energy, man. I don't know what you guys think.
Do you think, yeah? Do you know what? Actually, this is a question for Hugh and Monts more. Monts, do you think, yeah, even as Man United fans, obviously the Casemiro thing, I'm gonna be real with you. When he got booked, that hurt me more than the equalizer for Palace. Because I was like, oh my god. But do you think as Man United fans should be a bit more confident about, okay, I know Casemiro is out, but like that shouldn't be everything? Or do you think, nah, do you know what? Casemiro is that guy? Because a lot of Man United fans kind of, even like me, I'm like, you know what? If we get a draw today, I'll bite your hand off. I think this game's done. Or do you think, nah, do you know what? This is the time for these players to step up and show Ten Hag that's why they believe in him and whatnot. Do you think we should be a little bit more confident?
Bro, you know what it is? Ten Hag has tried to build this feeling of unity and the whole team is together and they're all playing for each other. If you're not playing to your best because one guy's not there, that's all false information. That's all bullshit. You can't be saying because one guy's not in the middle of the park, we can't go to the Emirates and get a result. And that's the way I look. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. You know, when we had no De Bruyne for the best part of the second half last season, Gundogan steps up, Mahrez steps up, your players chipping in. It can't be the main guy's not there, we're not going to play. And that's what I want to see from Man United today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do you think, Mon?
Oh, go on.
No, I just think that again. I'm pretty much in agreement with you. I think you guys need to just get together and make sure the players that don't usually step up the way that Casemiro has had his effect, they chip in and they do their part. I do think that Arsenal are better than Man City. They're the best team in the league at the moment, so it is going to be an uphill battle, and you are going to be the underdogs in this specific situation. But how badly do you want it? It's as simple as that. How badly do you want it?
Yeah.
And just because Casemiro isn't there doesn't mean this is an opportunity for someone to state their claim to maybe unbalance Casemiro, because Casemiro is playing well now, but who's to say he doesn't get complacent because he knows no one's better than him in his position, that he's always going to start. This is your chance. Apply some pressure.
You know, this is the maddest thing, yeah. Do you know what, Cass? I'm going to be real with you. You know our mentality. What did I say to you when we done that reaction straight away? When Casemiro got booked, their man's head dropped and they were already thinking about, oh shit, he's out the Arsenal game. Well, the Arsenal game's here now. This is the test of our mentality today. Despite all the 9 games unbeaten or winning run and all that, now he's not there. These players need to step up. And bro, you grew up in South London, yeah? I'm only a bit up north in the Luton Bedford side, yeah? We've seen the Arsenal-Man United rivalry from the get-go. The Van Nistelrooy in the face, Martin Keown. Like, Man United-Arsenal, any youngsters that are watching the stream right now, big up and smash a like. But Arsenal-Man United goes way back. Bro, we need to see this mentality come through. Ten Hag has already put the belief in the players. He's already saying with one without Casemiro already. He's fueling their fire to say, do you know what? I'm going to give you the ammunition to go out on that pitch and show that you can be counted on.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that Arsenal playing well and all that. So, Cass, our mentality is going to be tested today.
Yeah,
Can
man.
I be honest, yo?
Go
I
on.
wanted Casemiro to play.
I know you did. You did say it.
Yeah, of course
You
did,
wouldn't-
'cause
you wouldn't
wanna
let
see
I'll tell you why, right? Because if we're truly meant to be champions, I want to play the best versions of teams. I don't want them cowering behind excuses of. And also, you know what? If Casemiro played and we beat you, that's bigger than we winning, because there's still doubts. It's like, okay, they didn't have Casemiro. Now, look, I know I know a lot of people use that excuse of, oh, it's only one player, but it's Casemiro. Come on now, like Thomas Partey is Thomas Partey. Like, not having those types of players in your team is huge. It's like us beating City when they didn't, if they don't have a Rodri in there, or like a Kevin De Bruyne. It's not the same. You don't feel the pride in that because you don't know actually how good you are or whether that mental barrier's actually been broken. And that's what I'm a bit disappointed in, but it means we have to win.
Man, it is what it is. Guys, 8 likes off 200, and I'm just gonna wrap it up with predictions, obviously for the later game.
Come on, Cass, give me the energy, man. I want it.
Yeah, man,
something.
I'm feeling it, man. It is what it is. Hugh, what's your prediction actually for the Arsenal game later on?
I think you're gonna do us a little favor and say 2-2.
No, I take that. I take that.
What about you, Ty? Then where you going with, man?
What you want me to go? Can I go with 2?
What do you mean? Go two? What 2 predictions?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with my head. My head tells me 3-1 Arsenal. Real talk, but my heart wants to believe and say we can scrape a 1-1 and just grind it out. And De Gea does 12 saves. The miracles like 3 years ago.
Oh yeah, them double saves. Souls, what you saying?
Yeah.
After that disrespect from that guy, I'm going 8-0. I don't fucking care. No need to be. I want ruthless, merciless killing. That guy from Arsenal. Okay, we'll show you that guy from Arsenal.
No, you won't, because he's not around. So anyways, I'm gonna go with an easy. Nah, it's not easy, but I'm gonna go for a 2-1 win, man. I'll be real. I think 2-1 Man United. Counter-attacking football is our forte. Like literally at the moment, like I get we've been playing football a little bit, but when it comes to actual wanting to sit back, counter-attack, keep the shape, I'm all for us doing that. I'm all for it because you know what? Liverpool done it, hurt them. You know they can do it. Like teams that have sat back against Arsenal, they do. When you believe it or not, they do struggle at times when the teams do sit back and be compact to break them down. You know, because you can't play your inverted forwards in behind and stuff. Like I'm gonna say a 2-1 Man United. I see.
You know what, Cass, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I see someone say I put 2-1 on the terrace. So yeah, you can say 2-1 Arsenal, 3-1, same similar thing. But if we do get through the first 20 minutes, and I'm gonna be real, my mindset's changed completely.
Yeah,
we are in the game. So all I'm doing is watching that clock from 0 minutes to 20 minutes. And Souls, all I'm gonna say is that the game becomes a game. There's no fans involved. There's none of this. It's 11 players on the pitch. You don't need to score early to settle. If you don't, bro, you know we're dangerous.
Yeah, it's gonna be a difficult game, but I appreciate you boys coming on. Obviously, Hugh, obviously big up yourself. Souls, obviously big up for filling in as well. Ty, obviously you are here, but Lewis is a joke. You joke, man. Monts and obviously Sean. Yeah, go check out them guys in the description below for their channels. You can see their socials literally in their boxes. So if you want to go follow them, go do that.
I'm 30 subs off the big 5K, so I need love on the way to that.
Oh, you lot, there's 305 of you here. 30 of you easily can go and subscribe right now. So please go and support their channel. And also, shout out Monts and the gang at Big Six as well. I think they hit 3K as well recently. So yeah, man, keep supporting the community. Me and Cass are also just going to be here.
Yeah, reaction will be straight after. Don't worry. It's going to be there.
Yeah, man, just get ready for that. It's either going to be tears or beers. You get me? So
yeah, I don't drink, so no beers. But other than that, obviously it's been your boy Cassius. Make sure you stay on here. Mo's doing a watch along for after. So if you stay on here, we'll go to NAF watch alongs. You'll see Mo probably start screaming. I think he's doing a watch along for the City game. So yeah, make sure you catch that. And we're gonna be out, and I'll be back later tonight. Call-in show. So even if there's tears or not, I'll be there to call-in show with Daps. And then obviously all our members and so forth. So remember that one for later on, 9 o'clock. So yeah, I'm not going missing, man. I don't do that stuff. Yeah, it's like Monster. Shut up, man.